Welcome. Tonight we are leaving the noise of the modern world behind. We are stepping away from the glowing screens, the hum of electricity, and the rush of time. Take a deep breath. Feel the air enter your lungs, cool and fresh. And as you exhale, imagine you are releasing all the tension of the day. You are safe, you are comfortable, and you are about to embark on a journey that began thousands of years ago. Close your eyes and visualize a world without artificial light. A world where, once the sun sets, the earth is draped in a true velvety darkness. In this darkness, the sky becomes a masterpiece. Tonight, we travel back to the dawn of humanity to become the silent observers of the cosmos. Imagine you are standing on a vast open plain in ancient Mesopotamia. The year is 3000 before the Common Era. The ground beneath your feet is still warm from the desert sun, but the air is beginning to cool. There is a profound silence here, a silence so deep you can almost hear the heartbeat of the earth. You look up. In your modern life, you may have seen a few dozen stars from a city window, but here, in the ancient night, there are thousands upon thousands. The Milky Way stretches across the zenith like a river of silver smoke, a celestial highway of light that seems close enough to touch. You are looking at the same stars that the first astronomers saw. To them, these were not distant suns or balls of gas. They were the watching ones. As you lie there, drifting closer to sleep, imagine the first observers. They sat on the rooftops of their ziggurats, tall towers reaching toward the heavens. They watched the stars with a patience we have forgotten. They noticed that while most stars stayed in their fixed constellations, the Great Bear, the Hunter, the Lion, there were 5 special stars that did not stay still. These stars moved with a slow, deliberate grace. The ancients called them planetae, the wanderers. Think of Jupiter moving so slowly through the constellations that it takes 12 years to complete its circle. Imagine the golden light of Saturn, a distant, steady sentinel. The ancients watched these wanderers for centuries, recording their paths on tablets of clay. They began to see that the universe was not chaotic. It was a clock, a grand, silent, eternal machine that moved with a rhythm as steady as your own breathing. In this ancient night, the sky was the first calendar. It told the farmer when to plant, the traveler which way was north, and the philosopher where we came from. As you feel your body becoming heavier and more relaxed, let your mind drift with those ancient wanderers. You are part of this rhythm. You are part of this clockwork. The same gravity that holds the planets in their orbits is the gravity that pulls you gently, deeper into your bed. The Babylonians believed that the stars were the writing of the gods, a message written in light across the black canvas of the night. As you listen to my voice, imagine you are trying to read that message. It is a message of peace, of order, and of infinite time. There is no rush here. The stars have been there for billions of years, and they will be there tomorrow. You have permission to let go. You have permission to be still. Let the image of the silver Milky Way wash over you. It is a river of light, flowing through the darkness, carrying you toward a dreamless, restful sleep. In the next part of our journey, we will move toward the Great Pyramids, where the stone itself was built to mirror the stars above. Now, let the desert sands of Babylon shift under your mind's eye. We are traveling westward, across the vast expanses, until we reach the fertile banks of the River Nile. It is midnight in ancient Egypt. The air here is different. It carries the scent of lotus flowers, damp earth, and the cool breath of the water. Look up once more. The sky here feels even more immense. To the Egyptians, the sky was the body of the goddess Nut, arched over the earth, her skin adorned with 1 billion jewels. And below her, the great Pyramids of Giza stand in the darkness. Imagine these structures not as weathered ruins, but as they were then, covered in polished white limestone, reflecting the moonlight like giant, pale diamonds reaching for the heavens. As you breathe in the cool night air of Egypt, consider the precision of these stones. The ancients did not build them by chance. They aligned them with the stars with a mechanical perfection that still baffles the modern mind. Focus on the three pyramids. Notice how they sit on the sand, tilted slightly in a diagonal line. Now, look directly above them to the constellation of Orion. You will see three stars in a row, Alnitak, Alnilam, and Mintaka, forming the Hunter's Belt. The pyramids are a mirror. What is above is also below. As you lie still, feel that sense of alignment within yourself. Just as the stones were placed to match the stars, let your breath align with the natural rhythm of the night. Slow, steady, eternal. The Egyptians watched the star Sirius with a devotion we reserve for the sun. They called it Sopdet. For months, Sirius would disappear from the night sky, hidden by the sun's glare. But then, on one specific morning, it would rise just before the dawn, a tiny, brilliant diamond in the twilight. This was the sign. They knew that when Sirius returned, the Nile would flood, bringing life to the parched earth. In their world, the stars were not just lights. They were the heartbeat of time itself. They believed that when a king passed from this life, his soul would travel upward through a secret shaft in the pyramid to join the imperishable stars, the ones in the north that never set, never disappear, and never sleep. Imagine yourself as one of those stars now. You are anchored in the northern sky. The world below may turn, the seasons may change, and the river may rise and fall, but you remain still. You are constant. You are radiant. There is no effort in your existence. You simply are. Listen to the rhythmic lapping of the Nile against the papyrus reeds. The water is dark, reflecting the constellations like a second sky at your feet. Between the sky above and the river below, you are suspended in a cradle of starlight. The weight of your body feels like the heavy granite of the pyramids, grounded, immovable, and at peace. The Egyptian astronomers, the hour watchers, sat in the darkness for a lifetime, tracking the movement of the decans, the 36 star groups that divided the night into hours. They understood that time is not a line, but a circle, a cycle that repeats forever. Just as the sun sets to be reborn, your mind is now setting, preparing to be renewed in the morning. But for now, there is only the darkness. There is only the alignment. You are drifting deeper now, moving past the stone monuments of the pharaohs towards a new shore. We are leaving the Nile behind, moving toward the marble halls of the Mediterranean, where the stars will begin to sing. The waters of the Nile fade into the distance, and the air becomes crisp and infused with the scent of pine and sea salt. We have arrived in ancient Greece. Imagine yourself walking along a white marble porch, high on a cliff overlooking the Aegean Sea. The moon is a silver coin hanging over the dark, silent water. Sit here on the cool stone steps. The pillars around you are tall and steady, holding up the roof of the world. In this place, we meet the philosopher Pythagoras. He is sitting in the darkness just like you, but he is not just looking at the stars, he is listening to them. Pythagoras had a beautiful, strange idea. He believed that the entire universe was a giant musical instrument. As you lie there, try to imagine this. Each planet, from the swift Mercury to the slow, heavy Saturn, is moving through the velvet ether at different speeds. And because they move, they must create a vibration, a sound. To Pythagoras, the orbits of the stars were like the strings of a cosmic lyre. Each planet hummed a different note, deep, resonant, and pure. He called this the musica universalis, the music of the spheres. You might wonder why we cannot hear this music in our daily lives. Pythagoras believed it was because we are born into it. We hear it from the very first moment we exist, and so it becomes the silence behind all other sounds. It is the fundamental harmony of existence. As you breathe out, imagine you can finally hear that hum. It is a low, vibrating frequency that resonates in your chest. It is the sound of order. It is the sound of everything being exactly where it is supposed to be. Think of the distance between the Earth and the Moon as a single musical tone. Then, the distance to the Sun, a perfect fifth. The planets are not just floating, they are dancing in a mathematical arrangement so perfect, so elegant, that it creates a lullaby for the entire soul. Your mind is like that marble porch now, still, cool, and open to the stars. The Greeks believed that the stars were made of ether, a fifth element, a divine substance that was lighter than air and clearer than glass. Imagine this ether filling the room where you sleep. It is weightless, it is transparent, it carries the vibrations of the celestial music directly into your thoughts. As you drift deeper, consider the words of Plato, who followed these ideas. He described the universe as having a spindle of necessity, where sirens sat upon each orbital circle, singing a single note in a never-ending scale. Imagine those voices now, distant, soft, and blending together into one perfect chord of peace. There is no conflict in the sky, there is no noise, there is only the geometry of light and the mathematics of the soul. You are no longer an individual struggling with a day, you are a note in that grand symphony. You are perfectly in tune with the universe. The pillars of the temple are strong, and they protect your sleep. The Greek night is long, and the stars will continue their song long after you have fallen into dreams. Feel the music of the spheres pulling you down, layer by layer, past the world of thoughts, past the world of memories, into the pure, wordless harmony of deep rest. The marble pillars of Greece begin to dissolve into the mist of time. We are leaving the ancient temples behind, but we carry their silence with us. Now, imagine yourself drifting even further back, higher and higher, until the earth below is just a beautiful, glowing blue marble hanging in the dark. From this height, there are no borders, there is no noise. There is only the eternal watch of the stars. You are floating in the vast, warm embrace of the cosmos. It is not a cold darkness, but a protective one. It is the darkness of the beginning and the darkness of a restful end. Think of the light you see from the stars. Some of that light has traveled for millions of years just to reach your eyes tonight. It is ancient history, written in photons. You are connected to the very first moment of the universe. The atoms in your body were once forged in the hearts of those distant, glowing suns. You are not just observing the universe, you are the universe observing itself. As you feel your breath becoming as shallow and peaceful as a sleeping child's, realize that you are home. The earth is a cradle, spinning gently through the starlight, carrying you safely through the void. There is nothing you need to do. There is nowhere you need to go. The scientific wonder of the cosmos and the quiet reflections of the philosophers all lead to this one moment, this moment of absolute stillness. The mysteries of the night sky are not puzzles to be solved, but beauties to be felt. The constellations continue their slow, majestic rotation. Orion, the Great Bear, the Seven Sisters, they are all keeping watch over you. They have seen civilizations rise and fall. They have seen the oceans change their shores, and tonight, they see you. They offer you their constancy. They offer you their silence. Your thoughts are now like falling stars, brief flashes of light that quickly disappear into the dark, velvety background of your mind. Let them go. Let the darkness catch them. Now, we begin our slow return, not to the worries of the day, but to the deep, healing rest of the night. Imagine your bed is made of the softest stardust. It supports you perfectly. Every muscle in your face is relaxed. Your shoulders are heavy. Your legs are weightless. As my voice begins to fade, it will leave you in a world of perfect peace. The sound will dissolve, but the comfort will remain. You are part of the history of the stars. You are a silent observer, finally closing your eyes. The universe is vast, and you are safe within it. The night is long, and you have all the time in the world. Sleep now, among the stars, in the silence, in the light of the ancient night. Good night, traveler. Good night.